just trying to get my camera and everything all set up here. Hang on just a moment while I make a couple adjustments. My camera does not like to be sideways, so unfortunately I'm gonna have to cut off some of the table. Here we go. Here we go. All right, I'm gonna have things set up here differently next week here. I just got new equipment and just trying to set it all up. So bear with me while I find my groove. We're gonna start with saging the space here, clearing the energy. And any music you hear in the background, I make no claims to. It is just some relaxing music in the background from YouTube. I'm excited. I have not taken a look at any of these zodiac signs, the individual ones, any of the messages. I have left that for this full reveal. And I want to welcome everybody who's joining in. Hello. How are you? All right, let's get this off of here. I think I'm gonna bring this in closer and further down. There we go. You can see me. Well, hello and welcome everybody. My name is Shannon Fisher, care of Webinessence Enterprises, here to deliver the divine guidance messages that Spirit has been nudging me to get on and start doing on a weekly basis. So these are the Zodiac Oracle messages. And this week we've got two sets of higher guidance, if you will. They're broken down, so I'm going to start with the collective messages for all of us. So in that photo that I uploaded earlier today, you guys saw two cards that were, actually four cards altogether, that are turned upright. Two of them are inside that Zodiac design that I have, that I'm putting all and using with all the messages here. The two collective messages inside were the Galactic Mushroom from the Shamans Dream Oracle, and the message here is the Divine Matrix. So just in a nutshell for everybody to understand what, you know, mushrooms and mycelium is the underground network that everything is interconnected with everything else. So this is just a reminder to all of us, whether you're aware of this or not, but we are intrinsically interconnected with each other and all of nature. And this is sitting, actually, this message is sitting on top of the sun, which is representing our collective masculine energies. Collective mycelium, isn't that awesome? And to pair this with the collective feminine energy, we got the Cobra. And the Cobra is all about that life force energy, sitting and making sure that you are in your own energy and working towards what lights you up. And not to worry about people that might fall off the beaten path that we're on, if we're changing course or whatever it may be, because when we follow our purpose instead of following somebody else's purpose, then the right people that we need that are in alignment with our purpose, they come. Right, so there's always things to be learning here. But this is sitting in the feminine energy for us. So there's that message. It feels very balanced too, with that coiled energy of the Cobra and the snake energy, if you will, akin to Kundalini energy as well, but this is like life force energy. And really, it feels like this week for all of us, with these two messages and the other two I'm about to get into, this week is a great week for everybody to kind of disconnect and unplug from what's happening outside our physical bodies and outside our homes. Just kind of, you know, just following from last week's messages, come back to home, continue to come back to home, which is where your heart is, right? Go internally there. Make sure that you're in alignment with your actions and your desires, that are in alignment with your values and purpose of what lights you up. And if you're only doing things to satisfy others and putting yourself on the back burner, Spirit really wants to say to everyone doing that to stop, retract from what's going on here. Get in tune with yourself this week. It's really important for everybody to do this. Get in tune with yourself to discover yourself. And then in the bigger picture, higher collective messages for us all, the higher self messages. The first one from the Shamans Dream Oracle is spirit writing, or sorry, sky writing, spirit writing, which I did channel some messages that are going along with this too, which I'll share in a moment. But sky writing, so this is a message about the fates, understanding that there is a divine order to all things. We do have purposes and destinies, and I believe there is definitely a thing called fate, if you will. Like, how else do you describe those synchronicities that are like practically impossible, but they somehow manage to happen, right? So this is like an understanding that there is a divine order in things, and we as humans, while in these bodies, can only handle so much, whether it's knowledge and within our physicality, right? So here's an understanding that with this divine order of all things, that we're being given that opportunity to, again, tune in, right? Tune in, tap in to this higher consciousness, this expanded awareness, which is the source energy, and start cultivating a relationship with that inside yourself. Watch the magic unfold. Oh my Lord. Okay, and then pairing that, we got the crow. And the crow represents magic and the unseen world, if you will. It's being able to know what can be seen and what can't be seen, right? The known and unknown. Crow is this energy medicine, has the ability to have one foot in both worlds, if you will, spirit and physical, right? So here we are tapping into that skywriting message with the fates, the divine purpose. We all have this magic. Look at the rainbow colors in here. We all have this magic inside us. Tune in, tap in through the heart. But we have to quiet the noise, absolutely, in order to get in there. So the channeled messages that I channeled earlier on this afternoon, I still have not looked at each of the specific messages, just the collective messages. But the collective, in a nutshell, what I was getting before I read any of this was focus on knowing thyself. Practice that inner strength and that inner trust. This is how you cultivate self-love and expansion within yourself, and therefore your life. Okay, perfect. Now, we're gonna start with Aries. Aries 1028. I'm just gonna make note of all this so I can plug it in a lot faster. Aries, first message you got from the Shaman's Dream is the Garden of Venus. And this message is rest and renewal. Okay, you got it paired with the lion. right? The lion's energy is strength, is passion, is standing strong and powerful within your own energy. So to me, I'm feeling this is a great balancing, great balancing messages. They're very complementary to each other, right? The one's the masculine, you know when to go and then know when to rest. Now's that perfect time. By the way, everyone, if you're not aware, we have started Mercury retrograde, I believe. So just, you know, the air of awareness to make sure you're very clear with your communication. And when you're speaking with people, it's best to have a voice conversation with them or a video conversation so you can actually hear how the words are being delivered. Because during Mercury retrograde, there's all kinds of, you know, mishaps within communication electronically, but also within us communicatively as well, because that's the Mercury, the planet Mercury is the sign of communication. So here during this next 3 to 4 weeks, it's important for us to be very clear on our delivery with communication, but also making sure that people are really understanding, you know, how you're speaking about something, so there's less room for misinterpretation. All right. So Aries, though, this week, it's really important for you to, I keep hearing the song, know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, and know when to run. So here, you just tune in. Oh, so the other message they're telling me now, read yours. It says, jump towards a dream, goal, or intention. Take one bold step forwards. That was the channeled message I got for Aries. Okay, so if you're not sure what that bold step forward is, then the first thing to do is stop, disconnect yourself from that outside noise so that you can really hear and feel your internal compass and your internal insights and feelings. Trust what you feel. Your feelings are going to, once you have the thoughts about the things that light you up, you're gonna feel it, and then that knowing internally is gonna give you that green light to take that bold step forward. Okay, so there you have it, Aries. Next, we're moving into Taurus, and we're at 1344. Taurus, from the Shamans Dream Oracle, you got a tidy house. And the message here for you is clarity and organization. So isn't that interesting? These messages are already all tying into the collective messages, right? And please be aware of and check out your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign in order to get the most out of all these messages for this week. Okay, so Taurus, this week, the message here is to they're saying in order to get more clear, you need to clear your space. So that's kind of interesting. They just show me like say walking into a room and there's clutter about. Well, this could be a sign that there's clutter inside the mind as well. So sometimes what we need to do is just get out of the mind for a minute, get into our physical space and see how we can tidy that physical space up. And then when we put ourselves in a tidier outer space, it can help us absolutely tap in and get more clean and clear with our inner space. Okay, and then the animal spirit that's connecting with you this week is Fox. Wow, and they just want me to read from the book for you on this one. Fox messages. Where are ya? Fox. Okay, Fox represents being smart, strong partner, and a wise teacher. The fox is an enchanting creature with plenty of mystique to go around. Fox personalities are skillful in business and also make great teachers. They're quick to learn and adapt well to new situations. Foxes are ideal life partners as they commit to relationships for the long term, and their natural charisma keeps things exciting. Fox energy helps us stay true to those most dear to us. When this card appears, reconnect to those you love. Foxes don't do well when they slip away. Oh. So, Taurus, the channeled message I got for you was be gentle within yourself. Or sorry, gentler. They were very clear about that. Be gentler. So more gentle within yourself. In other words, this week use the opportunities to amp up self-care and that nurturing within yourself, because then they're showing me that this is going to have a ripple effect outwards. Okay, so Fox is very adaptable by nature, right? And now is the time to adapt to a different type of energy. They're just saying you can cultivate whatever it is that you want in your own space. Take charge. Now is the time for you to do so. And don't let anyone tell you you can't. All right. Moving into Gemini. Gemini, this week you got the cosmic womb. And this represents the divine feminine. So diving into a little bit deeper for you, Gemini, would be fully reading the full write-up of Cobra, which is the divine feminine collective energies. Because here's you got another message diving into this. And Gemini is my moon, so I got to pay close attention here too. So there is more work being done. Oh, I feel like a rise in the accelerated merging and balancing of the divine feminine this week within yourself. And of course, what we do within ourselves does affect have an effect on the collective. And then we've got the lamb, right? Oh, lambs are so nurturing and caring and, well, sustainers of life as well. So these two messages here, right? I keep hearing tend to the flock. But the flock is like this internal compass within. So more time spent this week diving in through the heart. What else did we get here? Yeah, oh, here it goes. So I channeled practice structured focus for inner peace, clarity. This will help us expand in our self-awareness. And therefore self-mastery, right? Tend the flock, but they're saying, like, not to get confused that the flock is outside of yourself. Tend the flock of what's inside, right? There's so many distractions outside, everybody, that will always keep you away from that connection within yourself that has been there the whole time and is waiting to get reignited and active within your life right here, right now. Oh, all right, Gemini, that was wonderful. Next we have, I didn't write the time down for Gemini. I'm gonna have to go back and look at that. So Cancer, we're at 217. I mean 2017. Okay. Cancer. Your message this week is Fortune's Wheel. Fortune's Wheel. And the message here is luck and right timing. You got it paired with the spider spirit. Oh my goodness. This is powerful here. And then my channeled message for Cancer is here. Plant seeds of intention, long-term goals. Use your creativity to cultivate the manifestations. So in other words, you will need to tap inwards or do whatever it is that helps you cultivate that fire inside, or lights you up and gives you that energy that creates inspiration, right? Whatever that is for you. But it's in that state where that creative juices start flowing, and then the ideas of how to set this up to start the flow of this energy. And you know, there's little things that you can do to strategically place things, but remember your intentions as make them as clear as you possibly can, because that is almost everything that you need to create. And then follow that. See here, the spider's web is all about creation. And also a little bit of a warning sometimes too. Don't get caught up in other people's webs of creation unless they are absolutely in alignment with your values, your goals, and all of that. But it's okay not to have sharing values and stuff. You can still support other people in their dreams, but make sure you're not being caught up in something that might not be for you. But either way, there's luck and right timing here. So it's like, it's almost like you've created the destiny for yourself that will make its mark. There's an assured kind of energy in behind all of this. So luck and right timing. Remember, there's always a divine orchestration to everything. But when we tap in and tune into that higher guidance, then we find out what our purpose is. We get a lot in alignment with that energy, and then the opportunities and the steps to move forward towards that goal, they show up like as if by magic, and it flows with ease, right? So if you're not sure where to go or what to do, tap in, turn on, and you will definitely get those answers, right? Oh, but this feels like a very exciting time this week for Cancer. So yeah, tap into that creative energy of yours and let it show you the way. Cool. All right, Leo, 2351. Leo, we have the Drifter, which represents experiencing life as it comes. Interesting, that word wanted to come out of my mouth. So it almost feels like there might be some of you that feel like maybe things are a little clumsy at the moment. So I'm hearing, radical acceptance this week for things that just are. You don't have to like them, but as soon as you can accept things for what they are, try not to judge it one way or another in order to stay as neutral as possible. Like I said, you don't have to like it, but try not to give all those reasons why not to like it, because then you're just going to hyper focus in a polarized point of view and drift off that beaten course a little bit further. So radical acceptance is needed for this week in order to go with the flow of events and trust that things are not always as they seem. You also got the Firefly, right? And this is a tiny little bright light in the midst of so much darkness here. So I feel like these two messages are really bringing home the message for Leos to retract a bit. Okay, because, here we go. The channeled message. The right moment to speak up and be heard and felt is coming. Be sure, though, in the meantime, that your words are impeccable and your delivery is clear and authentic. And then they had me write down a capital T with a little I. So make sure that all your T's are crossed and all your I's are dotted while you're waiting for the right time for something to align for you to, I'm hearing make your move, but it's more like make your move and to come up and share what it is that you've been waiting to share. But there's feels like there's a bit of a holding pattern, which might not be so easy for Leos at this point in time. But now's the time to really start exercising those muscles of faith and patience that might not be used very often. And that's great advice for everybody, really. Flex those faith and trust muscles that there's something greater going on, and that a holding period doesn't mean that there is nothing happening, right? There's shifting of energies and a new alignment taking place as always. So let's just get out of our judgments of how we think things should be, surrender to what is, and start flowing towards the destiny with greater optimism in your hearts and in your life. Beautiful. Okay, Virgo, 2715. All right, how's everybody doing that is still watching the live? Feel free to, message how the readings are going if you have any questions or need clarity on anything I've already been through. Whether you're live or catching the replay, feel free to comment. Let me know how things are resonating with you. So Virgos, this is my rising sign. We got Stranger, which represents curiosity. So here, Virgos, we are being asked to play in a field of curiosity. It's like that childlike wonder. Again, releasing judgments, right? And just accepting all of what is in order to just be a witness and curious about the unknown instead of fearing it. Ooh, because we got the earthworm as well. Look at that earthworm. This is reminding me like an Ankh almost here. Earth energy, very grounding. Whew. And I feel like we need to read from the book on the earthworm. Earth. There it is. This represents shy, hesitant, reluctant to share inner vision. We have all felt the waves of the earthworm at some point along the way. The earthworm indicates a newbie or novice working to establish confidence in a new field. Hi. Others around you may seem wise and experienced, but it's important to remember that once felt earthworm energy, they once felt earthworm energy too. In other words, everybody starts at the beginning at some point. This card is a reminder not to be intimidated or lose hope. Mastery takes time and you're on the right track. Besides, rumor has it, a beginner's mind offers the most valuable insights. So when in balance, we can feel earnest, intelligent, and valuable. When out of balance, we could feel self-conscious and apprehensive. To bring them into balance, speak up and risk embarrassment. Okay, so I feel like I'm checking all those boxes already this week. Here we are, live and unfiltered, and I don't go back and edit anything either. Number one, I don't know how to. And number two, Spirit tells me not to do that because whatever happens in the flow of the moment is meant to be, and I'm flexing that faith and trust muscle to let it go and let it be. And whoever needs these messages, because remember, even though we're doing like a timestamp type of message for right here, right now, Spirit really has no limits or boundaries on how it delivers its messages. So yeah, if you're checking out this replay many months down the road, Spirit's nudging you here for a specific reason. So just trust that. Trust that. Great Spirit doesn't make mistakes. Really. All right. So, oh, Virgo, there was one more channeled message that I pulled through for you as well, and that is celebrate your achievements, enjoy, and then they wrote be in joy. Let others pamper you for a while. Well, I can get on board with that. I'm gonna see what I can do to pamper myself. Okay, or get pampered. So, Libras, 31, 33. Here we go, my sun sign. This week, Librans have, the Dragon's Hoard, which represents protecting the future. This feels like, and it's very much in alignment with where my mind, my energy, and things have been lately, which has been on a future long-term goal, aka legacy. And it's a huge dream. I cannot do this on my own, nor would I want to, but I am needing to find a team to make this dream work. Teamwork makes the dream work. So the protecting the future is having those long-term goals, right? Setting those intentions and making sure that they're in alignment with your core values, right? Because then, whatever's in alignment with your value, it's going to be in alignment with your purpose, and it'll just make it that much easier to move forward, right? Wow, because we got the Vulture as well, and the Vulture, don't judge a book by its cover. When you see Vulture here, these birds are amazing because they don't leave anything behind. They clean up everything, right? There's no waste whatsoever. And with that, these can be good protectors as well from, spreading or not spreading things that can be harmful by consuming it themselves. Yeah, it feels like this one is protecting the future. Well, yeah. So, and then Libra, the channeled message. These shoes are made for dancing. Move one step, then another. Let your soul flow. That was interesting. It almost feels a little bit cryptic, but it's not. Because actually I had a song pop into my head before those words came out, and that was these boots were made for walking. And so the energy of that felt like, ooh, this is a time, like, let's dance, right? Or, so for some people, the message can be, now's the time for you to put on your shoes and get stepping. Like, it's time to walk away from a particular situation or towards that thing you've had your eye on, or whatever, that opportunity that's been sitting there. And now is the time to get up and do that, because I do believe that whatever it is that you're leaving and or going toward is part of assuring a future, protecting this future of whatever legacy or dream you want to leave behind. It's like whatever it is, everyone will benefit. Nothing will be of waste. Wow, that's pretty cool. Good to know. Okay, Scorpio. Scorpio 35, 34. Scorpio, you got the lay of the land, which represents ancestral wisdom. So Scorpio, you may be wanting to dive into finding out more about your maternal and paternal bloodline, your history, where your ancestors came from, or maybe things are just starting to come into your field, bringing you more awareness, and you helping, like, and it feels like whatever these things are, you know, popping up in your news feeds or on TV or, you know, wherever you go, you're seeing these things and they stir these feelings like of curiosity and, oh, I need to know more, or just like a deep longing inside. Know that there's ancestral wisdom, I feel like, bubbling up to the surface. So you are made up of all the energies of all the ancestors that walked before you. Surprise, surprise, you got a lot in you. But this week you're going to be tapping into this, becoming more aware of what these traits and abilities are that have been passed on and are ready for you to work with, or if you're already working with, expand with and pass that knowledge on. Or for others, it could be just time for you to know who you really are, where you really came from, and what you're really capable of. Yeah, that person standing on top of the mountain, right? And then the animal spirit, look at that, you got the dolphin. Dolphins are great communicators. They have that sonic sound. Oh man, they're part of the, you know, the whale family as well. Like, this is also like very playful energy, but it's also tapping into that ancestral. It's like the Akashic records are open and available to all Scorpios that are wanting to dive in and understand more. How are you going to know more about yourself if you don't tune in and allow the memories, the energies, the insights, and that divine guidance to get lit up within you? You have to put yourself into that space to cultivate that connection. All right. So Scorpio, my channeled message for you is be sure about what you want. Don't compromise yourself for someone else's ideals, values, and dreams. So this I felt was connected a lot to Gemini and Cancer's message too. So yeah, just be sure that whatever you're agreeing to do when you're working with others, that it is in alignment with your own values and you're not compromising your own values in order to make someone else happy. It's actually not doing either one of you a service. That way is what I'm hearing. Because it can end up breeding resentment and stuff. It's very important that we all honor ourselves, but the particular for this week for Scorpios, honor yourself and how you feel. If you really do not feel like you want to participate in whatever thing, it's okay to say no. Honor yourself in saying no. Okay. Moving on to Sagittarius. We're at 40. Sagittarius, what do we got? Gathering around. Oh, look at, there's more little mushrooms in there. I love it. The power of community. Oh, I love this. So I get to share. You know, the Great Spirit gave me a message 3 days after I found my way onto the path of working with the powerful medicine of drumming. And the message came through in the middle of the night, 3:33 a.m. from the Ascended Masters. Come into unity through the community is the key to new earth. Right? So here you go, Sag. You got gathering, right? The power of community. So it feels like, even though most of the messages are know thyself, it will be powerful for Sagittarians this week to make sure that you reach out to your trusted confidants, whoever they may be, friends and family, right? And trust those intuitive nudges. If there's anybody else that is, you know, come into your life, or, you know, you never know. You never know when it's been a divine delivery for connections, right? But for you this week, making those connections, being in circle, being in community feels necessary for the soul's growth for this particular week. And then you got the oyster. Oh, very cool. The oyster usually has a pearl inside. Right? So there's some kind of treasure. Oh, this feels interesting. There's a treasure you are working on the inside. There's been a lot of nitty-gritty, but there's something in key to community. So, and I keep hearing like, open up to try something new. And if you're met with resistance, push through that. Okay. My channeled message for Sagittarius is, with focus, clear intentions, and dedications to the journey, you will succeed. Align with source energy. And this can be done absolutely by yourself in quiet solitude, but it also can be cultivated and can be very very powerful when, you know, two or more people gather and set an intention to have a meditative journey together like that. It does just go through the roof as far as the positive benefits. All right. So moving on to Capricorn. Let's see. 4331. Yep. Okay, Capricorn. Capricorn, you got dances on one foot, which the message here is a balancing act. Okay, so it feels like Capricorn, it's weird. They're showing me 3 different pools of water, but only 2 feet. So it's like you got your foot in one pool of water, you got your other foot in another pool of water, but there's this 3rd pool of water, and you're trying to figure out how to grow another foot so you can put it in there. Okay, so things might feel like they're a little out of balance at the moment for you, which is okay. This week is giving you the opportunity, remember, coupled with those collective higher self messages, right? Go inwards in order to understand thyself better, and you will be able to get your sure footing on solid ground. Okay? And then we got the eagle connected with this for you. So the eagle is all about shifting out of maybe a narrowed point of view or focus. So if you're thinking about something or viewing something and have judged it as one way, hate to break it to you, but you've got a polarized point of view and you've only got half of the equation, right? Go higher in your perspective. So how do you do that? Tune out the outside world, breathe yourself to center, and then hook up to the higher power. We all have it. It's internal. You just got to spend some time to cultivate that connection and work with it. And then it makes it stronger. But the more time you spend in this internal place, you will see a bigger picture. And you will be able to know, oh, that's where I needed to have both feet. Instead of testing the waters and all these different things, which was, I don't know, almost making me dizzy. First and foremost, pause, reflect, go inwards. What is it that you want? What lights you up, right? And follow those promptings. Okay. The channeled message for a Capricorn that I did is use caution when communicating through email and texts. Be very clear, because this week there could be misunderstandings and miscommunication. They said it's in the air. Again, because of Mercury retrograde, so Capricorn is being highlighted with the communications to make sure that you're very clear on what it is that you are saying, and that your delivery matches that, right? So make sure that you're speaking to people directly from a voice-to-voice call, or sorry, pause for just one moment. Oh, I'm so sorry for the interruption. I'm helping the construction guys next door store some of their equipment in my garage overnight. So, and they were packing it up for the night. So that's great. We're not going to hear a bunch of banging, but we're almost done. So where was I? Oh, right. Capricorn. So this is, this week really important for you to be very clear with your communication, but make sure that you're communicating directly with people, either voice call or video call. Yeah, they really wanted to highlight that. Okay. Aquarians, 4854. Aquarians, you got Winter's Dream, which represents the gestation period. So it feels like for you, this week is all about that, you know, pulling back from all the chaos in the outside world, like going into a bit of that hibernation mode. Make sure your space is set up nice and calming and relaxing for you to nestle in, right? Gestation period. Nestle in, because whatever it is that you are cultivating and working on, there is this time of, it almost feels like time of no time, but it's again an illusion, because we live in an illusion of time. But it feels like there's nothing happening, but there is. It's there. And then they show me the, you know, when you plant a seed, you don't dig up that seed in a week to make sure that it's sprouting. You trust that the seed is doing what it needs, and that you're cultivating from the outside what it needs when it needs it, but letting it do its job, because it's designed to grow, right? So this is it, allowing for that time for whatever it is that needs to grow. But yeah, it feels like there's patience too that comes with that. Ooh. And then you got the hawk, and the hawk represents like the messenger. So Yeah, it feels like, okay, during your gestation period this week, that's when the messages that you have been waiting for are going to come swooping in. It's like, yeah, it feels like stop trying, stop resisting what is, surrender to what is, and that's when the doors are going to open. It's kind of like the more you try to make something happen when it's just not the right time right now, the further you push it away from you. So now they just want you to like pull back, wait it out, do what you can within yourself, with what you have, with where you are. Be here now. And whatever it is that you were needing, those messages, they are coming. They will come of their own divine accord. Got to get out of your own way. Okay, so Aquarians, what I channeled for you was ground your energy. Feel your body. Spend time in nature to be here and to be here on and of the earth. Soak up the rejuvenating source energy present in all of nature. This way you will reset and revive yourself naturally. Cool. All right, and finally we have made it to Pisces, 5217. Pisces, your message from the Shamans Dream Oracle, you got the Crown Games, which represents the right use of power. This is a very interesting depiction here, because look where her heart is, down in the abdomen of the body, right? It's creative energy here. And this for me is understanding that power, the power that we have that is of God, right? Or Great Spirit, whatever you want to call all that is. It has 1,000 names or more, but is the unnameable one, right? This power was never intended to be misused to control and dominate others. Right? So when we get into this power, it's power over thyself. And when we learn how to master thyself, there is, when you're in connection with this divine, beautiful energy and you're in alignment with this, there's no need to dominate. There's no need for any of those lower vibrational things that are taking place, because the ego's running around thinking it's God. The lower self with limited polarized points of view. So anyway, getting back into Pisces for this week, this is you going inwards and really tapping into that beautiful, majestic aspect of yourself, but holding this within, I want to say, the womb of your own sacred being, and understanding this on a much, much deeper level. It's beautiful. Right? The right use of power. Look at that. You've got the Panther. And they're telling me to read the Panther from the book. And I'm sorry, everybody else, that this didn't happen for every single one. But that's just the way Spirit wanted it. So, Panther. There it is. Panther. Annihilation of the unnecessary and purging. The Panther won't stand to see our growth or energy stagnate. Instead, it pounces into our lives and causes all kinds of havoc, with the ultimate intention of bringing us toward more fulfilling lives. It's unexpected, uncomfortable, and sometimes feels devastating. But after all the dust clears, it's easy to see the Panther's wisdom at work. We've all been through these experiences and they've made us better people. Trust that the Panther's journey always leads to a brighter place. So when in balance, you will feel brave and productive. When out of balance, you'll feel self-destructive. In order to bring back into balance, get rid of the unnecessary. So, speaking of getting rid of the unnecessary when it comes to power, judgment is unnecessary. Labels and judgments are unnecessary for the true power to be activated and wielded within each soul. Or person, I should say, human incarnate. So Pisces, also what I channeled for you earlier today was hold space within yourself for peace and serenity. Be in joy with your friends and family. Be here now. All right, everybody, that brings us almost to a full hour, and what a beautiful deep dive that was. Feel free to let me know in the comments how any of those messages resonated with you. And yeah, I hope everything goes well for you this coming week. And if you're looking to dive in deeper with a personal read with me, you can find me at www.webinescence.ca. The link is posted in the description below. I will be back next Monday for next week's messages. Until then, stay strong, stay safe, and give yourself the love and joy that you want to see out in the world. Cultivate that within your own body and your own space, and watch it have a beautiful ripple effect outwards. All right. Until next time, everyone. Namaste. I don't know how to stop this.